The disciples were around Jesus all the time. They had 3 years worth of training, and the only thing that is recorded that they asked Jesus to teach them was how to pray. They didn't ask how, Jesus, teach us how to raise the dead, how to heal the sick. Jesus, teach us how to multiply food or to cast out demons. They probably asked Jesus, teach us more things. But the one thing that's recorded, the thing that gets highlighted is, teach us how to pray. I think that might be because we see Jesus getting off alone by himself many times. Perhaps he didn't pray very often around them. I think that's a reasonable implication. They probably didn't see his personal prayer life often. And there's some many beautiful concepts, beautiful things that Jesus teaches when he teaches them how to pray. We call it the Lord's Prayer, but it's not Jesus' prayer for himself, because Jesus didn't sin. The prayer says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And then it says, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. So that wasn't how Jesus prayed. But there's one really incredible concept that he passed by, and it's a huge brush stroke, if you will, for the heart of God. And it's, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is a huge concept. What does that mean? And I know, there's no sickness in heaven, so we pray for the sick. There's no hunger in heaven, so we feed the hungry. But it wasn't until just yesterday, I was taking a class from Rick Pino, and he shared this very interesting, this really obvious look at that concept. What is happening in heaven when we get pictures of heaven in the scriptures? What is happening? Worship. Worship is happening 24/7 in heaven, from the beginning of time for all eternity. Creatures, angels, elders, saints, they're surrounding the throne, looking to him and just expressing as best as they can his beauty, his majesty, his worth. And when we worship, we are making the little part of the earth that we're in look like heaven. When we join in that song, that show of affection, we are making heaven come down to earth. We're making earth look like heaven. We're bridging that gap. That's why worship and affection towards God is such an important thing. It's fulfilling the prayer of Jesus. That's the best that we can do. And he prayed. He said, this is how you should pray. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that's one of the ways that we can fulfill that prayer, by simply worshiping the Father, looking upon him with affection, responding to his goodness, to his worth, to his value, and proclaiming it. I just want to encourage you to consider the gravity of your worship. It's not something to be taken lightly. That your worship, he inhabits your praise. So not only are you fulfilling Jesus' prayer, but there's a leg of the throne that comes down and rests on your praise. And when your church gathers and you worship together, he inhabits those praises. The earth is his footstool. He rests on your praise. He is enthroned on your praise, the psalm says. Your worship matters in heaven and on earth. I just want you to be encouraged with that when you don't feel, I don't feel like worshiping. First off, that has nothing to do with anything. That's what we were created to do. We were created to encounter him, to see him, to be with him, and to glorify him. So I pray that your worship would be, that it would be energized by the reality that he values your worship. He values you. He values your personality. And you have the power to bring heaven to earth when you worship. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've been enjoying this series. I hope you have too. Please like and subscribe on here on YouTube, and go check out my Patreon page if you would like to become a supporter. We'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you.